black ones?
Yep.
Okay.
Because you've got a pair of those, don't you?
Yep.
Perfect.
Got both.
Sick.
Super duper. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay. What's going on, everybody? This is the Built for War podcast. I am your host, Austin Trotter, accompanied by my two co-hosts. As again, you will see in the YouTube video if you're watching. The first co-host being Michael Musick.
Strength makes what's up.
And the second co-host, Zachary Lopez.
Back for round two.
That's right.
Round two.
He had such a great time the last time that he needed to come back.
He had to come back. We didn't even ask him. He just came back. So he showed up at the door.
I got a feeling he's going to be like a lost puppy now.
The mistake was that.
I didn't really have anything to do today.
Hey guys, can I come hang out?
No, I'm glad. Zach's in the studio.
Before we get into what we're doing today and before we get into our sponsors and everything, if you guys are watching this on the YouTube channel, do me a big favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, send a comment, do something. The more that you guys put out on that, the more we'll be able to put out on this.
That's right.
It's is a project, it's a lifestyle, it's a community. We want to help everything grow, so help us help everyone.
Exactly. Help us help you.
Yeah.
For real. We're here.
Help yourself.
Help
And
yourself.
if you guys can see, which I'm sure you can,
That's right.
this is a new and improved
Look at
part of the
that.
studio.
See, we told you guys we're gonna slowly keep upgrading and upgrading.
Yeah.
And stuff. So here we are. So now when we're talking about stuff, y'all can see it.
Yeah. So as of course right now, since you guys are watching the YouTube
Right.
channel, if you're not, it's cool.
It's all right.
You'll have to visualize it yourself.
Yes. Paint a picture.
But yeah, you can see right now that, we're recording. However, let's break into what we're here for right
That's
away.
right. First and foremost, our sponsors.
Our sponsor of the day, number one.
Uno más.
Yes, I say one as in there's multiple.
Yes.
Server Strength USA.
Shouts out Server to Strength.
Today, we're doing the item of the day.
Item of the day.
And what is the item of the day?
We are talking about Server to Strength's dual ply elbow sleeves.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Such a good thing to have in your kit. If you guys don't have them, y'all need to get them.
Necessary.
Absolutely necessary. You guys want to go out there for the big PRs, but you want to protect your bodies and your joints? Get yourself a pair of these nice dual ply elbow sleeves. Yeah, $45, and these are the dual plies, which I personally have a pair. I think most of us do.
Yeah. I think I'm the only one in the entire crew that doesn't have them.
Yeah.
But I've used your guys
Yeah,
before,
yeah.
and
Yeah, and they're great. And, me personally, I don't use them all the time, but I feel like they're great for when you're going out for heavier loads or, you got a little bit of tendonitis and stuff like that. Throw those things on, keep your elbows warm, and get a little protection. So
it's funny you should say that because they're improved physical performance,
Look
reduce
at
weight,
that.
pain, reduce risk of
oh
injury
my
and
goodness.
tendonitis.
Dude, I didn't even read that. I just told you facts.
He did it, but it's up there.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
you guys can watch it.
Because it's on there, and I'm just telling you from personal preference, how it helps me. So, and it's right there on the screen, so that means it's real.
Yeah.
So, no, for real, guys, get these, get a pair for your gym bag, and seriously, on those days, look out for your body, and this is a game of consistency. So when you guys are out there pushing it all the time, throw these on, keep those joints warmed up, and be easier on your body when you're going for those PRs and stuff. So it's a good price, and as we always talk about, this is something, an investment to put in your guys' bag, and they will last you quite some time. I've had my same pair for, I think like 2 years, and they're still so prime.
Yeah.
So still stretchy, you get that nice little fling from them, and yeah, they're great. Absolutely
Yeah,
great.
those, they're made out of the same material that the knee sleeves are.
Yeah.
I love the knee sleeves. I've never had any problems with them. They're nice to pull on, pull off. Like, you've got everything that you need with those sleeves.
Yeah, that's true.
And like you said, when you do have a little bit of soreness or a little bit of tendon pain, a little bit of elbow pain, it is nice to get that just little bit of just strength and structure.
Absolutely, kind of holding it together. And these things are great. Cheat code for you. When you guys are deadlifting, I actually use my elbow sleeves because my knee brace, my knee ones are a little bit too big. But if you guys are deadlifting and you guys are in shorts or something, and if you're pulling correctly, you should be bleeding by the shins. I actually take these and slide them on my shins, and they work fabulous. And they don't get too big and they still be nice and tight on your elbows. So.
And they're great for every day, not just PRs too.
Yeah,
Wear them all the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're a lifter that wants to wear them all the time, dude, you can wear them constantly, and they're always going to keep their form and keep their structure. They're an amazing product.
And the best thing that I love about these things compared to like neoprene,
Yeah.
they don't fucking stink.
Dude.
I don't know. I've had mine for at least my knee sleeves. I've had them for a year. I'm a very sweaty guy in the gym.
Yeah.
They don't stink.
I wash these a couple times a year. I actually just washed mine last night. Which, if you have them, the way to wash them, nice and cold, tumble them real low, keeps that elastic nice and tight.
Okay.
It actually stiffens them back up because I pulled mine out of the dryer today.
Okay.
Nice and tight going back on.
Hell yeah.
I've
Ready for this weekend.
I've never tried it, so you guys can maybe try it. Try it Zach's way, because he's done it, and he tries it. Is that I've heard, like Eddie Hall talking about his deadlift suits, where he actually washes them in sugar water. Because
I've heard
it's
that
supposed
too.
to bring the stretch back. So I don't quote me on this. Try Zach's way because he knows it's proven and it
No
works.
fabric softener, cold water, soap, and just tumble that like you would any delicates, and they shrink right back up.
Perfect.
Where you need them.
Yeah, and like what Austin was saying, it is super facts. It's that it's super sweaty, and like if you're having them on for an entire comp or entire training session, you pull those off, they're super sweaty. Inside out, literally it won't even stink up your gym bag. And my gym bag sits in the back of my truck, and I don't smell them. So the fabric of them is absolutely amazing. So.
Yeah, of course, everything on here says some, like I put in sugar water and it says water cut, so
Oh, okay.
none of that stuff will help us out, but I'll do a little research
Yeah,
into it, we'll
definitely.
figure it out, but
So,
yeah, I mean, like we were talking about, $45 for these,
dude,
it's a great investment.
Yeah.
4 interest-free payments of $11.25 with Afterpay, since that is an option on here.
always.
Use it.
And after a discount too.
Yes.
What should
Nice.
they put in for saving some money, Zach?
I think the code they should put in is before war.
That is correct, Zach.
Fucking
15%.
First time here? First time podcasting?
You know, I tried to make that phone call before we got here, so, just so this wouldn't happen. So, but yeah, guys, check them out. Silver Strength USA. Get yourself some dual ply elbow sleeves. $45.
10% discount.
10% before war or go layaway.
Go layaway.
That's right.
Now,
All right. Now,
we're going to get on to our second.
boom, two,
Our
baby.
second. Let's go.
Yeah.
This here is a company that I live and die by,
Nice.
which everyone should, if they don't go to this company, should have a business just like this one on their back burner with stuff that we do.
Yes.
Today is going to get a little intense. There's going to be some wild talks, but the sponsor of the podcast today is going to be Premier TRT
Yes.
and Med Spa.
Yes. Shouts out.
Yeah, super happy to have them on board with
So
us.
awesome. Yeah.
I get my blood work done pretty regularly.
Yeah.
You know, what we do is hard on our body enough, let alone, you know, supplementation,
Yeah.
anything like that. There's a lot that needs to be carefully watched.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is a day and day thing. You know, you guys know as a strength people and just lifters in general, it's the constant, everyday things that you need to be paying attention to, the minuscule things that people don't think they're that important, but that will just change your game. And, you know, if you want to be a professional about this or you want to get anywhere with it, then you need to have a professional mindset, which that means that you need to be joining Premier TRT and places like this to have docs and people watch over you. And, you know, as much as you think you know what's going on, you don't.
No.
You know what I mean? You can't always just go off instincts and like, oh, I feel pretty good.
Well, and the funny thing is, if you think about it, how many bodybuilders have fallen off
dude.
these last couple of years? I mean,
Serious.
granted, that's also an extreme circumstance,
Yes,
what they
yes.
put themselves through
Absolutely.
with the anabolic steroids, all of this kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. But at the same time, look how bad heart disease is.
It's huge.
A lot of people are falling over because
Literally.
anything in their cardiovascular system is not up to par with what it is.
Exactly.
And obviously nobody goes, I'm going to have a heart attack soon. I can feel it.
Seriously. I just
You
feel-
have it and you're dead.
And that's what I mean. These guys are.
Or you're lucky enough to be alive.
Yeah, yeah, or you get out of it.
And
you
if
know?
you're committed enough to be putting stuff in your body, you should be committed to this for injury prevention and nothing
Yes.
else. That's what's
Without
going
a
to keep you in the game the longest.
Without a doubt. I mean, even the food level intake that
That's-
we're on a daily
yes.
basis,
I mean,
you
that's
should
a-
be getting that checked out.
And-
Because if you're eating a lot of red meat,
Yes.
your red blood cells is going to go up.
Yep.
If you're eating a lot of carbs, your liver's going to get a little taxed.
Exactly.
There's going to be stuff that you guys need to keep your eye on with these kind of things before it's too late.
It's very, very true. So, and again, like we're even outside the supplements, like Austin was talking about, just with food intake, the amount of food you eat on a daily basis, that messes with blood levels and everything. You know, it's hard on kidneys. You know, your kidneys break down proteins, and like you need to get your blood work done to check out your kidney functions, your liver functions. All these things are very important. And you know, I know all you bros out there, y'all 21-year-olds that think you're never gonna die or anything else. Well, if you
wait.
See, yeah, exactly. Just wait. Not until you hit a certain age. But I mean, yeah, like you were saying with the top athletes today, yeah, they may be a little bit more extreme, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. Yeah, it's not like you said, like you don't wake up Tuesday and you're like, I think I'm gonna have a heart attack on Thursday, so I'll push it back. You can feel at your absolute greatest, go out of your way, and boom, it happens that quick.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, the thing I always relate it to is like driving a vehicle, right? If you're not staying up to date on your oil changes, if you're not staying up to date on your valve lashing, you're not staying up to date on your regular maintenance of your engine, one day your engine's going to blow.
Exactly.
Except for the difference is this is your heart, and once your heart blows, you can't just go get another one.
No, you can't. This is your life we're talking about. So, you guys want to do something great? I mean, and the biggest thing about strength is that it's how long it's staying in the game long enough to get strong enough. You know what I mean? I really truly believe if you're consistent, you keep going at it, you will get that strong. You will pull that 800. You will achieve your goals. But if you can't sustain long enough to get there, it ain't never gonna happen. So, and that's the problem with a lot of people. You see them doing great for a couple of years, even in our community. You see a lot of lifters that they were around in our classes when we were amateurs, and they don't even lift anymore.
And the freak stuff's always going to happen, broken legs,
Yeah,
torn
I
muscles.
mean, right.
But if you can prevent, inside of your body failing, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot that can be done to take care of your internals because we're all focused on our externals, right?
Right.
Big
Very
muscles, strength,
Yeah.
all of that.
Always.
Not a lot of people think about heart health,
Exactly.
liver health,
Cholesterol.
kidney health, cholesterol, yeah.
I mean, these are huge things, guys. So you need to, man up, and you can't go with the old school. Well, I'll just wait until something happens. This is your body, bro. Usually, when something happens bad enough and you got to go to the ER or the doctor, it's too late. So be smart about it and get yourself into a clinic. So.
And since they are the new sponsor of the podcast,
Yes.
we're gonna do a little bit of learning today.
All right, guys. Everybody, come on, sit around.
Come sit around the table. We're
I love
gonna
learning.
Let's
learn.
learn. Come on, guys.
So a big issue here in the last few decades has been testosterone.
Yes.
The foods that we've been eating, all of the processed meats, all of the processed everything, it's a known fact that men nowadays at the highest testosterone point in their life have the same testosterone as an 80-year-old man in the 30s.
It's seriously facts. Not even joking.
Like, there's been multiple studies that have been done on this, and it has come out now that since we do have the readily available blood work to be taken, this is a reoccurring issue.
Yes, very much so.
We've got 3 different case studies today. I know this is going to be a little bit different for you guys.
Yeah, it's a little different.
We actually have 3 different case studies of different people, their levels, and kind of a background on them.
Yeah.
So today, we're going to start out with a 46-year-old recovering drug addict.
Okay. All right.
Not sure what drugs they were and everything, but as you can see here, you've got your LH, which is your luteinizing hormone. You've got your testosterone total, your free testosterone, and your total testosterone.
Okay.
What is the difference, you might ask?
Yes, I think everybody's asking.
Your free testosterone is basically what you have floating around in your body.
Yes.
Your total is what you have overall in your body.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, your free testosterone makes up to about 1 to 2% of your circulating testosterone.
Yeah.
Not really a big number, but it is definitely something that you guys want to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
Your total testosterone, a little more important, but equally as important at the same time.
Yeah.
So if we go back to this, as you can see, these numbers right here on your reference range are around what you should be at.
Yeah.
As you can see for this man's total testosterone, he is well under.
0.6 in a range of 4.1.
Well, this is for the total, so that's 35.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're looking at total.
Yep.
Sorry.
35 out of 280 to 1,100.
Wow.
Okay,
That is low.
that is very low.
Nanograms per deciliters, and the 35 that's crashed.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
There's literally nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how they function
Well, and that's just
or how they were functioning.
Well, and that's
obviously
just-
these are predated, but
Yeah, and I mean, you guys got to understand, like, when you talk testosterone, I think it's such a, but that's also the great thing of why it's become such a big thing is people are just not, they're talking about the actual health benefits behind it, right? We're men. I mean, testosterone runs our bodies. So this isn't even, this is outside of lifting and everything. So people hear testosterone, they're like, oh, you're just trying to get big. It's like, no. Your body runs off of testosterone.
your body naturally starts declining on testosterone levels after the age of 32.
Yeah, it should, but nowadays with the food and everything else,
Exactly.
people are start declining at like the age of 15. They're like for reals. If you're eating processed food constantly and you have a really sketchy diet here and there, and you just kind of eat whenever.
I mean, that also depends on what medications you were on as a
exactly,
child.
right.
Like,
Right.
there's so much that is unknown about childhood that ends up turning into a fucking nightmare
Seriously.
for these kind of people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, free testosterone as a 0.6 needs to be 4.1 to 23.
Wow.
This dude has negative testosterone in his body, basically.
Literally.
There's barely enough to function.
Yeah.
I mean, legitimate, and that's where you get to the point. Like, I mean, this messes up your brain functions, not only your organ
prostate
functioning, your prostate. That's giving you cancer, and guys are so prone to that anyway.
Well, and the other thing is too is testosterone also runs your libido.
Yeah.
Whether you can build or build muscle,
Maintain
take off fat,
Yeah.
maintain your body. Testosterone is what men are made of.
Legitimately.
And even for you females out there as well, there's some females that need
They
testosterone.
really do. Yeah, you have to have a balance of both.
Yes.
So,
Same thing with men. We need a little bit of
you need
estrogen.
a little bit of estrogen. You do need to balance it out. So, yeah, these are just basic health things, guys, that you
Yeah.
need to be paying attention to just optimally run your body. Period. Just as day in day, so you can think straight and your body can run efficiently. And I really feel like this is a big deal of why people are where they are today. You
Yeah.
know, we're such an a pill happy country of like just people like something's wrong with you. Oh, here, just take this.
Well, the United States is one of 2 countries in the entire world that has pharmaceutical drugs on their TV. We and New Zealand are the only 2 companies that promote drugs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, that's
So that in itself should tell you how much the pharmaceutical company really just wants to hold on to you.
Absolutely. They want you to say, you need this, you need this, you need this. No, bro, you just need to go get some blood work and then start doing things to naturally build up your testosterone levels and watch how amazing you're going to feel. You're not going to need half those drugs because your body's just running like shit.
And on that note, I mean, how many of those drugs on TV have nothing to do with testosterone?
Nothing.
It's how to fix your mood because
Exactly.
of this and this and this, how to make your body feel better.
And how many side
And
effects
this,
are on it
this
too.
can fix a lot of stuff.
Literally.
If you get your
in
natural
needs.
hormone levels, you won't need all those antidepressants. You won't need
Seriously.
any kind of narcotics. People won't be turning
No.
to drugs like fentanyl and codeine and God knows what else to make you feel better because
Yeah.
you're in a low state that could be fixed by your natural hormones.
I mean, legitimately, right? You try to get through just your day-to-day job and your day thing, and you feel terrible. And like the biggest one you always hear, I'm tired of being tired. Well, it's probably because you're on a lot of medication, and it's because you have no test in your body.
No
You have
testosterone.
no hormones. You have no normalness going in your body, and you're just feeding medication constantly.
Instead of fixing what's already there.
Exactly.
Yep.
Just the basics, bro. Basics.
Yeah. And as you can see, like this guy does have the estradiol is obviously the estrogen levels. This guy is in a pretty good spot for that.
Yeah. So he's sitting pretty good with that.
But he has no hormones otherwise.
Yeah, but outside of that, he has nothing.
So that is somebody who used to abuse drugs. I believe those drugs were something along the lines of, maybe meth, something like that.
Right.
I don't know exactly which ones they are. I know next previous too.
Okay.
So here is a 50-year-old Navy veteran. As you can see, cholesterol is a little high. That kind of just comes with
yeah,
age.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
understandable. But here's the bigger issue. Again, total testosterone 150.
Wow.
That's still very low.
He's doing better than the other guy, but I mean, look at that, guys. The minimal is 280,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to think that's off of like kind of what you do every day and like what kind of person you are and how active you basis, right?
Yeah.
Like, so just to sustain, to get up, to be alive, and your body to run normal and just be alive is 280. And this dude is probably got a full-time job, or, you know, he is 50, but, you know, he's lived his life, and it's 150.
Will you go back to that last page?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wanted to see, because there's other stuff. It looks like they're calculating for kidney disease, maybe. So there could be other stuff going on, but I mean, yeah, his triglycerides, large coronary risk, yeah. But a lot of this stuff, if you fix testosterone, it could help alleviate some of this as well.
Absolutely.
Because HDL is really. Oof.
I mean, that's what I mean, guys. These are snowball effects. Like, you think, oh, that's not no big deal, but no, literally, like we always talk about, like, these are just basic things to run your body. So if this is going wrong, and after, you know, a duration of time, it's just going to start snowballing effect. It's putting more damage on this, which is putting more damage on this, and so forth until you just are not doing well.
And like this cholesterol ratio, if you can fix your testosterone and put yourself at a lower risk for heart disease,
Yeah,
why wouldn't you?
exactly.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like we were saying, you know, testosterone is the building block of the human being,
Yes.
of the man. Like,
Yes.
if you don't have test, your body cannot function as a normal
No.
human.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, guys. Even on the health side, we haven't even gotten into strength and building and all that stuff. Just as a person, to be alive as a man and to be running correctly, these things are very important.
Very, very important. So now that we have looked at a 50-year-old man, this next one is going to come in really close to a lot of you that listen.
Yeah, I mean, right now you guys are looking at 46, 50. Oh, that's not me. That's not me. You just wait.
Okay.
Boom.
As you can see up here, 28 years old, male. Dude is, again,
Damn.
low,
Wow.
low.
86. Wow.
You want to know what this is from?
What is this from?
Black market steroids.
Ooh.
Whether that be synthetic test, DECA, any of that kind of stuff.
Okay. Shit, everybody's trying to buy off the internet.
This is crashed.
Yes.
Crash.
This is what happens when you guys take the gear from the guy that you meet at the gym and think that it's okay, and this happens.
Yeah, and you don't do anything about it, and you just kind of shoot it up and just keep on going and trying to gain PRs.
And so if you look too, so his total testosterone might be pretty low, 86. His free testosterone is 2.9, because his body has learned it doesn't need to rely on his natural testosterone anymore.
Exactly.
So any extra he has is going right to his free testosterone, because you have all the estrogen that's built up, and it's not converting anymore because he's done nothing but supplement with.
Exactly.
Synthetic tests.
Yeah, constantly.
So all the rest of his testosterone floating around, sure, he might be okay with, you know, his sex health and everything.
Yeah.
But there's nothing left in his body.
Well, and that's, I mean, his sex hormone, biglobulin, is even still, it's super low. 6 when it should be a 14.
Damn.
But it's just funny to look at the numbers between the 50-year-old, 48-year-old, and his free testosterone's up there because he's crashed the rest of his testosterone.
At the age of 28, you should be
Dude.
hard digging.
Oh, hardcore.
Like
yeah.
you should not have any testosterone issues.
No, you should feel like you're on top of the world. You're untouchable. Like, nothing can happen to me, whatever.
Yep.
And then, but yeah, that's what I mean is, like, you know, when you guys are talking about these synthetic testosterones and all this black market stuff, it's there to help you, right? Because you can't help yourself in the way you eat and your workout and all that stuff. But, like, you got to look at, the way I look at taking, like, a synthetic testosterone, it's almost like if you had a business and it's a little underground, it's a little slow. You only got, like, a couple guys working, they're a little slower. Well, the testosterone as a synthetic should be coming in more as, like, a helpful crew. Kind of boost everybody up and help them out. But they're all working together as one. But when you start slam-bamming nonstop synthetic bullshit constantly, it's basically like them coming in and telling the guys to get the fuck out. And we're going to take over the show. But if that check don't come through, we bouncing. So that means if you ain't got it, like, you ain't got it. You're fucked. So.
Well, and another thing that I don't think a lot of people realize when they are getting into taking synthetic steroids or synthetic testosterone, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
the first time you do that could mean that you have to do it for the rest of your life.
Seriously, it's a personal choice that you need to understand. That, like, you are now committed. Like, you made this decision, so now you must, you know, there's consequences, obviously. Look at this guy.
In which I'm guessing this person, he's 28, right?
Yes,
28.
I'm guessing you started taking synthetics well before 25, which is super early.
Right,
Because
so it's
at
not
the
like-
levels he's crashing, if he was doing this the right way, even from early 20s, he shouldn't be this low.
No.
He probably got on synthetic testosterone right
Yeah.
away. Never really learned how to properly come off it. Never learned what his body actually needs. And now he comes on it for the first time, and he doesn't function anymore.
Well, and that's the thing too, is how many people out there actually do blood work before getting on it
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
after
Yeah.
getting.
I'd be willing to put money that this is the first time he got blood work.
And it's after he feels like absolute shit and he
Yep.
doesn't know what's going on.
Yep.
and
Oh,
everything, so-
something's wrong.
Maybe I should
Oh, no.
finally go to the doctor.
Oh no, I've got my girlfriend, and it's sad because we can't do it
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I can't get.
I have
hard.
no drive.
I
have
guarantee
nothing.
that's exactly what happened.
Absolutely, right?
Like obviously we don't know for sure,
No.
but at the same
Start
time,
playing finger puppets forever.
Yeah. I mean, it's for real there, guys. So,
like this is a real deal. And as you can see, like obviously he has been on tests for a little bit. Even the hemoglobin, which is more or less how much blood is in your body, is a little bit elevated too.
yeah. So it's got a little bit. And that's a big thing. Like you were talking about hemoglobin. Like, people don't think about that. When you are taking these levels, again, you made a commitment. You're putting something, a synthetic into your body. And when you get those high levels, there's a lot of dudes that are walking around with way too much blood in their body.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, and you wonder why you have high blood pressure and headaches and all these different
It's going
things.
to elevate all of that.
Yeah, right. And it's like, yeah, there's a part where like you need blood taken out of you. So
I mean, it was kind of a funny thing because obviously with my wife being pregnant, we want to keep an eye on her. There's so many tools and regulatory devices that you can buy
yeah,
to check heart rate, blood pressure, all of that. I went and bought one for her and I. It's got a little 2-person setup and everything on it, which is great.
hell yeah,
Plugs onto my wrist, fills up with air, shows me my blood pressure first thing in the morning.
sick,
But blood pressure's great.
beautiful,
I do it every single morning.
right?
And now I know what my resting heart rate is. I know what my blood pressure rate is.
Yep.
I know how to judge my body because obviously nobody, not a single person in this world, knows exactly what their blood pressure is at any given time.
No, they don't.
Without having to use some type
Yeah,
of device.
exactly, right. Using something.
Unless you've dealt with high blood pressure at that point, you kind of know what the weird range is. But
Yeah,
again,
exactly.
you shouldn't be doing that.
No.
Yeah, and especially if you have like I can already hear it with people like, well, it runs in my family, high blood pressure and blah 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 blah. And it's like that is true. It's a genetic. Certain people do have things, so that's why it's that much more important for you to use these tools that are there to keep an eye on yourself constantly, guys. I mean, seriously, you make sure that you have a day-to-day thing to make sure you're checking out the gram and the Facebook, and it's a routine. So why can't you take 5 seconds to do the same thing to keep an eye on your body? So
There's so much chemical, scientific, and hormonal support available nowadays.
Literally.
It shouldn't be, even genetic issues shouldn't be that much of an issue.
No.
You take the necessary time and money to, do something good for your body so it does something good for you.
Well, and that's the biggest thing is like there's so many things in this world now that we have at our fingertips. To
literally.
where we can know everything about our body
Serious.
without having to deal with any of these
Yeah,
issues.
literally. And I mean, there's blood testing, like, and all these tools that, like, back in the day, people just didn't even talk about it. Like, it was, where nowadays it's such an open subject because they've had so many problems with it. So now it's just really, it's not that it's there or it's not at your disposal. It's just you're being too lazy and you're not being responsible enough to look out for yourself. And guess what? You only get one fucking life and you only get one vessel. You get one body. So you better take care of that shit.
Yeah.
So man the fuck up. Like, seriously.
And I'm curious about your thoughts because you said back in the day when synthetic hormones were being marketed, I mean, they had doctors to monitor this stuff regularly. It was easy to get your hands on it, but you were doing it through a doctor, which even then they might just prescribe it to you if you ask for it.
Yeah.
But at least they're guiding you through it. And then there was a point well after the 70s with all those golden era bodybuilders that this stuff just became very frowned upon, and everyone's just dumping it into their body.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
And
just-
this is nice because now we're leaning back into that. Well, we'll help you if you want to do this, but we're going to do it the right way, so that way you're not killing yourself down the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, I mean, like the great thing about Premiere is they have this in-body 570 composition analysis. Have you guys ever used one of those?
I haven't, honestly.
So what it is basically it is a electro. I can't ever remember what it's called, but it sends pulses through your body, reads your fat percentage, like your visceral fat, everything. It reads everything about your body. You basically stand on it with no socks. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you put your hands on.
I've seen them. I've heard of them. I've actually never done one. I'm really curious to do one.
So, with doing the blood work, this is included.
Perfect.
This is the best thing ever because I've done it like progressively throughout lifting.
Yeah.
I can see what my skeletal like weight is.
Yeah.
I can see my fat free. I can see what I am, what my visceral fat is. Like I can tell everything about my body without having to do the blood work.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the blood work and everything, then that's where I get to find out like with my hormones, my liver and kidney enzymes, like all of that kind of stuff. So
Super important.
Super important.
Wow. That's amazing. Just the stuff that they have available to you guys. I mean, literally, it's right there, dude.
So go do it.
Yeah, for real. Go do it. I
Go
mean,
do it.
seriously, and like, oh, well, I don't have the money. And so these places are super affordable.
I'm pretty sure it said free consultation for TRT anyway.
It definitely did.
So take the hour to go down there and talk to them.
That's what I mean. Stop buying bullshit off of Amazon that you don't need for your house, and go take care of your fucking body, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, you know what I mean?
And the great thing is like they do, you know, the IV hydration,
shit.
which are fantastic.
Fucking
We did that after at nationals.
At nationals, I actually and those are everywhere, man. I do those constantly. If you guys have never done an IV therapy, most people like think of them just as like water cuts, and they are great for something like that, obviously. But just dehydration is a huge thing that you guys don't think that you have going on in your body. And we're not just talking about water; it's electrolytes. It's everything that's running your body and helping out your joints and everything. So.
And they have a lot of different IV bags or solutions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just one.
To fit your needs.
Exactly.
And I will say, watching the two of you, even with the water cuts and whatnot, getting hydration therapy back at nationals, you could see the difference immediately.
You feel
and you guys weren't totally, dead in the water like most of these guys that were just like skin and bones. But after seeing you guys go through 2 bags, it was night and day.
Yeah.
You feel them.
You can watch the color come back into somebody's body.
You look better, you act better, you sound better.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you can definitely tell when somebody is dehydrated.
Well, I mean, think about it. These are like the same things. Of course, they got their own concoctions to your own needs. But when they bring super intoxicated people into the hospitals and stuff, what are they hooking them up to? Bags of IV and stuff like that, just straight to the bloodstream. Just all those vitamins, all those nutrients, straight to the body. And literally, you watch them from just like damn near dead to just come back to life. So it's super crazy.
So if you guys want to go check out our latest and greatest sponsor, go to www.premiertrt.com.
Yes.
Like Zach said, it is a free consultation to go get your blood work.
Seriously, take an hour out, go talk to somebody. It could literally change your life and every bit of it.
If you are dragging ass, feeling like shit, just go do it.
Seriously, man.
It's the cheapest that you're gonna find.
Yeah.
It's the most informative that you're gonna find.
Exactly.
You're gonna learn so much about yourself that it's worth it every single time.
I mean,
every time I even go, I'm like,
damn.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Right.
Because the last time I went, I had no hormones in my body. I felt great.
Yeah.
I had no hormones.
You have no fucking idea.
Yeah. Like, I had no clue. And she was like, I don't know how you function as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, looking at this, I don't know how I did either. But I did everything to get it back up to normal. I was good.
Yeah, that's right.
And like you said, if you're not near Premier TRT, they're everywhere.
They're
literally.
You drive down the block, they're gonna find a hormone.
Like Google Map that thing. What's near me? Boom! I guarantee you.
Men's health, hormone clinics.
Yep. Just look up TRT clinic.
Yep.
And you'll have a fucking plethora.
All over the country.
All over the country.
All and now from the case studies you guys see, we're not talking about just lifters and like in their 50s or older men. Like all ranges. I don't care if you're 19 years old and you're feeling like shit, man. Go talk to somebody.
And women.
And women. I'm sorry. Yeah. Thank you, Zach. And women. And then of course you hard ass working, 50-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds and all this stuff just running your ass dry. Well, guess what? You're gonna feel a lot better and you're gonna get a lot more accomplished and you're gonna feel like it's paying off because by just doing an hour consultation. Go talk to somebody, man. Help your fucking self out, man.
Because there could be an issue to where it's too late if you don't know.
And that's just it. Like, so get on that before something bad goes wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your country. So fucking do it. I had to throw that out there.
And for you international viewers, that goes for you too.
Fuck yeah, that's what
Do
I'm
it
saying.
for your country.
For your country, man.
You can hear all the USA chants.
But no, for real, guys. I'm being serious. Like, people to people, human being to human being. You got families, you got lives, you got goals, you got shit that you want to do, but you can't do it if you're not running right. So
everybody has a goal in life.
Yes.
Whatever that goal may be, everybody's is different.
Yeah.
But the one thing that you will never be able to do, reaching that goal, like you will never be able to reach that goal if your body is not right and you end up dying.
Seriously, yeah. And that's the biggest thing. It's like it's that mind and your body like running on the same page. Because like as you get going, eventually your body starts wearing down, your mind's gonna start wearing down. But like there's a lot of people like the mind's strong, but dude, if the body ain't keeping up with you, fuck, like you're gonna have a really rough time. So.
Yep.
And I'm also noticing if you are watching the camera, it might be backwards because I have it on the front-facing camera and I think it records it.
Oh, so it goes the
Inverted.
opposite. So I'm actually on that side.
Yeah, and I'm
but
actually
I'm
on that
actually
side.
sitting on this side.
Yeah.
It's your good side, sorry.
Hell yeah. So yeah. But if you guys are in the state of Colorado, definitely check out Premier TRT.
Yeah, I mean, those of you in Fort Collins, it's an hour drive to Thornton. For those of you in Colorado Springs, it's an hour drive to Thornton.
Yeah, like literally.
It's right in the middle of the state for a reason.
Yeah, for real, it's midway, bro. Like, take it, like you seriously fucking know it.
Those of you that are in Grand Junction, that's a long drive, but worth it.
Hey,
Get on a plane. Just come
get
up
on a
here.
plane, get a mini plane.
There's
buy
local
one,
flights.
Yeah.
Find a pilot.
Find a pilot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or become a pilot.
Slip him a 50 and have him
Exactly.
fly you out here one day.
A 15.
15.
Did you seriously just say slip him a 15?
50.
Oh.
just find a guy with a plane and throw him
Slip
a
him
couple.
a 10 and a 5.
That's why when I thought he said 15, I was like, they make $15 bills
I didn't
now?
know that. But no, for real, guys. So yeah, if you're in the area, Premier TRT Med Spa is the best place you can go. But if you guys outside the country or far away, I know you got a local TRT clinic, so owe it to yourself.
Owe it to yourself. You definitely should do it.
Yes.
With them being our new sponsor as well, we will have more segments kind of like this.
Absolutely.
Because it is super informative. There is a lot of things that a lot of people do not understand.
Seriously.
That now that we have a platform to talk about it, it is going to be something that we talk about.
We really are, guys. We're doing it for
Because this isn't something that we're just talking about. This is something that we actually do.
No, like we believe in it. We owe it to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what runs us through. Like, we can't be who we are and do this shit like every day if we're not keeping an eyes on these things, and then still be there to do life shit and everything else. So
You gotta be able to do what you like for a long time.
exactly, yeah. Like we always talk about it. Like, it's a long road, and dude, if you burn out before the finish line, you ain't gonna get nowhere. So
All right.
all right,
No, that gets the first part of this.
that does gets the thing. Yeah, how you guys feeling? Feeling good? All right, feeling informed right now. I know your mind's kind of blown right now. I know, huh? I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Because when this thing originally started out, there was just 5 of us assholes just sitting around a table talking shit.
Seriously. And look at us where we are right now. So
Started from the bottom.
That's right.
We're not really there.
we're climbing that motherfucker. You better believe it. We're climbing that motherfucker.
So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get into a little bit of the Q&A.
I like that. I love Q&As.
And what better way to start off the Q&A than the craziest Q&A I think we've ever gotten.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This
It's
one's
a hot topic, though.
This is a very hot topic in the sport of strongman.
Yes.
It is by. I'm just gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up. I can't on here because then I'll have to plug in my password.
Oh,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
It's at Bearded Viking Gangs.
yeah. Gains.
Yeah, Ian Slusher.
Yep.
Natty or not? Thoughts.
Okay.
So I would assume that this is as in the sport of strongman.
Yeah.
I can lead this one.
Okay.
So, I have a lot of conversations with. So Mike and I go to the same gym.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then I'll branch out and go to Gold's, go to all the commercial gyms because I like that vibe every now and then.
Yeah.
But the majority of people I talk to the number one advice I start off, what's your goal? Are you competing? Are you doing this to look good? Are you doing this just to feel good? Like, what's your goal? If you're not doing this with an end goal in mind, a professional end goal, I think the TRT is the way to go, or just stay natty.
Yeah.
If you are looking for the powerlifting longevity, strongman, injury prevention is the number one with not being natty. I think that kind of is lost on people because they want to get big really fast. So what do? Load up on test, start trend right away on their very first cycle of anything, and then they fuck themselves forever. Yeah. That's the wrong way to go about it. Yep. If you have that long-term goal in mind, I think you're fine to not be natty. Of course, there's all the powerlifting organizations. I won't get into that with tested and untested, but we talked before. I mean, even with natural powerlifters, I'm certain there's a good portion of those guys that
absolutely
they work on their bodies just the same.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a chemistry to it to where they can take gear, come off of it at a certain time, and still test negative.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So
yeah. And if you're looking for that long-term competitive goal, I think it's close to a necessity to be on something.
Yeah.
But it just depends on what and what's your end goal. Like, do you want to be on trend and getting massive and getting cut for those bodybuilding comps? Do you want to just stay on high doses of test just to maintain that muscular endurance, to get that better recovery from the hypertrophy? Do you want all that? Do you want to get on a longer ester and run it for months at a time just to feel that? Or do you want to be on something year round like TRT?
Yeah.
You can't all take the same thing. It's not cookie cutter.
No.
So
no, every single body is different.
Totally different.
And the thing I always tell people when choosing whether to up a dosage of test or up a dosage of because you can get anything prescribed basically now.
Yeah.
They prescribe Anavar, they prescribe Deca, they prescribe test. If you have the ability to do it, it is completely up to you.
Yeah.
This is a life decision. Life
Absolutely.
and death decision. This is nothing to fuck around with.
Well, that's just
This is nothing to where you bro science it.
no.
Because there's a lot of things that can go wrong in somebody's body that can be irreversible for the rest of your life. You are literally fucking with your hormones.
I mean, yeah, you legitimately are. You're gonna pay the consequence, and like we talked about, everybody's different. Just because your boy is doing this and everything else, it doesn't mean your body's gonna do it. You know,
it's not gonna work the same.
and and like we were talking about, it's a personal choice. We don't judge or anything. I think you just need to be fucking smart about it, and you need to understand like your decision and the consequence behind it. And if you're gonna do it, man, like do it right. Like don't half-ass shit, right? You shouldn't have like that should be your goal in life. Period. On any subject in your life is don't half-ass it. If you're gonna make the personal choice to do something like this, the TRT we've already explained. That's just health benefits, right?
Yeah.
But then when you get into like Zach was talking about, what is your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? What is it that you are really trying to get toward? To an extent, yes, I believe that. What's the risk to reward? Are you really at a certain level? Are you really pushing your body? Because at the end of the day, I look at these things, they're supplements. They're supplementing what your body cannot naturally do.
Yes.
But to do that, I think a lot of people, they're not even running the naturalness of their own body. They're just jumping into it before they even fucking run it dry, right?
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the biggest problems, right, is people just run into this stuff blindly, and then all of a sudden they wonder, like that guy that was 28 years old, wondering why his hormones are so fucked up.
Exactly.
You're more or less pulling apart your DNA and rebuilding it blindly.
Yeah, completely.
It's literally like trying to defuse a bomb with two left hands when you're trained in just one right hand.
Absolutely, that's pretty
But I
good.
think to answer Ian's question though, natty or not, it is all personal choice. And I have nothing against people that don't want to be natty and the people that do want to be natty.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And for people saying it's a shortcut to just not be natty, absolutely not.
No.
Because I pulled him up, Ray Williams,
Mhm.
powerlifter, Olympic powerlifter. He prides himself on saying, I get tested all the time. I have been 100% natural. Okay, and that dude is putting up 900-pound squats,
Okay.
you name it, Olympic level, stays natural. You don't have to, it's not a shortcut.
No, you just need to realize that it's...
But, it's not a shortcut, it's not going to make you strong.
No.
You will get out what you put into it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if that's not for you, you can absolutely get to those goals you want to achieve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at this guy. And again, that's what we always talk about. Everybody's different, right? So some people, their bodies run a lot. You know, they recover faster. They got those genetic genes to do so. And you know, it's not a shortcut because basically what they're doing, obviously, right, is just letting your body recover faster than it normally would. But if you're not pushing your body to those extreme levels to where you physically need something to let your body recover, then I just think that you should kind of, you know, of course the TRT route, keep yourself healthy if you need it. But if, yeah, you're ready to jump into that game and take that personal choice, I think you can do both. Mm-hmm. It's, you know, it's not a shortcut. It's not necessarily faster.
But look at this guy. This is why it's not a shortcut, because he put the time and effort into not messing around with hormones, and he learned his body and did it well without having to screw with that.
Yeah.
And if this guy wanted to go on hormones with the same approach he's done to get natural, he'd be insane.
Well, and that's the thing too that a lot of people don't quite understand is a lot of the world's strongest men are not on drugs. Did you know that world's strongest man actually test for steroids?
I do.
Granted, we just talked about that. There is ways to
you
cheat the system. But at the same time, like, I believe a lot of those guys, because they are 6'7", 420 pounds, like
absolutely
gigantic people. So,
and even on that note, a lot of them have come out and said, "I have taken hormones," and they have very strong opinions for it.
Yep.
I haven't. I hear the ones against it, but even then, most of them are for it. So.
Yeah. And like kind of branching off onto what you were saying. Oh no, that might be super loud. I'm not sure about that. Yeah. Well, if you guys didn't hear any of that because it was super loud, I'm sorry. But basically, kind of to branch off what you were saying, in the sport of strongman, there is going to be a time to where you might have to make that decision.
Absolutely.
Do I want to be a professional level athlete?
Yes.
Is this something that I want to risk my body doing?
Yes.
Or do I want to just do a few competitions here and there?
Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly.
If you want to do this for fun, if this is a hobby, and this is something you want to do just for the rest of your life to have fun, stay away from it. Go to a TRT clinic.
Yep.
Right.
Be happy.
Well, and that's the biggest thing is that, like, I think there's so many checklists before, because me personally as an athlete, I'm huge on getting a lot out of a little.
He is huge.
And
I've now been in lifting for almost 9 years. Not in the sport of strongman, just lifting, like actual disciplined gym rat and into an athlete. And and there's so many steps that you need to take. The first thing is always like, what is your diet? Are you really even on cue with your diet? And then what is your diet to actually your regimen? How much are you lifting? Are you putting that in? And then I think once you run that dry, and then you need to jump up, there's a million things. Are you on creatine? Are you on proteins? Are you on aminos? Are you on glutamines? There's so many different routes.
Well,
just
and I think
up yourself.
I think there's definitely building blocks that, like, basically what you're saying is there's so many more routes and beneficial things to your body that's actually natural than going
straight to gear route. And it's unfortunate because of today, right? Because of this thing. Because of the fucking world and everything, and we're just so dopamine receptored, like now. Dude, this is a human body. This does not happen overnight. You cannot go from 180 pounds. Well, you can, but you don't go from 180 pounds fucking out of shape to fucking 220 by the summertime. Yep. You know what I mean? Oh, it's bulking season, bro. I'm gonna get fucking 220 and I'm gonna pull 600 and I can't even pull 315 right now. But I'm gonna put everything in my body. And it's like, see how long that lasts.
It's funny you guys both brought up like building blocks and like how to start things. That's the other thing I forgot to say. Most of these guys that will come and ask you questions at the gym, the first thing you should tell them, fix your form. Because that's going to help anything before you start putting drugs in your body.
Well,
let me look at your deadlift. Your deadlift looks like shit. How about you go talk to a coach and fix that and then start looking at other things?
Yeah, I mean, either that or the other question is, how does your diet look?
Well, and that's the number one, and that's the biggest one I get
your
out of
lifestyle,
goals
everything.
and all that stuff. It's like the first
absolutely.
one, hey bro, what supplements you take? It's like,
it's not a shortcut.
it's not, and before we even talk about that, what the fuck are you eating?
Yeah.
How much water are you drinking?
How many times have you been to McDonald's this week?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, there's so many things that you need to take step by step until you even get into those drugs. And You know, and that's
Have you loaded your body with creatine? Have you seen how you start responding to those easier supplements?
It's literally a night and day, and I believe it so massively because I've taken these steps, and like I've said, I mean, personally as a person, I try to get a lot out of a little, and I've seen massive differences. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've been that bro. I remember when I was fucking, I think 2021, and I was a skater, motocrosser, and everything else. And then when I first started becoming like actually going to the gym, and I'm like anybody else, you know, you want to look good and blah blah blah. And I ran a cycle. I think I found some dude at the gym, gave me some D-ball. I don't even know what there was. D-ball and like a wind straw, and some tests. Fucking jacked that shit in my body. Didn't even know what I was doing. Didn't even know blood work. No nothing. And yeah, I put on like 10, 15 pounds in a few weeks. And guess what? I maybe looked a little better. As soon as I ran out, how did I look after that? I looked like shit.
And how did you feel?
Felt like shit.
Yeah.
And then, so I took a huge hiatus and I stayed away from it because I was like, that's fucking bullshit. And I was actually one of those dudes that was like, oh, you can't get that big unless you're taking all that, blah, 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 blah. And then years later, because I didn't really get into the iron game of love and like actually disciplined until I was about almost 26. And when I started learning, and it was actually from like Rich Vienna and stuff like that, about how important your diet is and how many things they can help. And it's just slowly, you know what I mean? And I remembered like fixing my diet correctly and how my body actually started responding. And then after it seemed like my diet was good and I needed to start, you know, getting better in the gym, and it feel like my body wasn't repairing and stuff. You know, the simplest thing is creatine. You know, basic things, creatine. And then a big one for me was because of my body, I advanced really well off of like getting yourself a branched chain amino acids and your basic EAAs and these basic things. And then I took that for a ride for almost another year before I even jumped into anything else. And
you're real big on glutamine now too.
dude, and that's a huge one. Like
big
dude. So
help.
right now, like my biggest game changer right now was glutamine and fucking collagen for my joints and everything else. People are always like, "Oh shit, just run a bunch of Deca, you won't feel nothing, bro." Fuck that. Like,
Well, and it's funny too because with my because I'm right now I'm getting my CPT certification.
Yep.
One thing that I did not know is that your tendons are made mostly of collagen.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
I didn't
guess what
know
I
that.
take now?
Yeah, dude,
A lot of
collagen.
collagen because
Seriously,
it
dude.
builds your tendons and it makes your
Huge.
connecting tissue, the tissue that connects literally your gigantic muscles
Yeah.
to your bones.
Yeah.
It makes that stronger.
Exactly.
How many times have you seen somebody fucking pull a bicep
dude,
right off?
So quick. And I think that's the biggest thing. So people is like, we always talk about it, it's like, you guys are looking on the exterior, like I want my muscles bigger and stuff. What's supporting those muscles? You're getting those muscles super strong. They can contract way harder, faster, stronger. What's holding that muscle
Yeah.
to your bone? If you're not paying attention more to that than you are your muscles and how you look fucking naked, you're gonna have a big problem down the line. Big fucking
One of my favorite OTCs for supplements, especially because I'm a little larger than both of you, nitrogen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
all the
we
time.
talk about that.
Because
Yeah.
I have nitrogen for pump, and then I have nitrogen that I'll take regularly, and that totally helps the cardiovascular.
Oh,
Because I'm a
absolutely.
big dude, and
Yeah.
I feel that when I'm moving.
Yeah.
But having that regular nitrogen makes
Well,
a
yeah,
difference.
open up those blood vessels, get
Yeah.
more blood.
There's
in there,
so
just
much stuff you can
flowing.
get
There's
without
so
touching hormones.
many things before
Yeah.
you start fucking with hormones. And I think if you have run that line honestly, like, you know, you can lie to us, like, but stare the motherfucker in the mirror and lie to him. Is that have you really taken all the steps you need to take? And if you have done that,
Yeah, and I mean that's the biggest thing. You can lie and tell you can tell little white lies to everybody
yeah.
else, but at the end of the day, you know what the
yeah,
fuck's
that's
going
what
on.
I mean. You can talk all this shit you want, but guess what? You live in here, and you know what's fucking truth and what is not.
Yeah.
And you know if you have honestly taken everything to the max, you have done everything that you possibly can, and you're still struggling. Then at that time, you know, I think you find coaching, you find nutritionists, and then at those points, if there is a reward that you feel like you should take the risk and you take a personal choice to jump on hormones, then that is your choice.
And the other thing is, like, with the three of us, with as much knowledge as we have, there's a bunch of people in the gyms that have the same knowledge.
Absolutely.
So if you're not wanting to talk
Dude.
to someone about this, go talk to the three other people you go to the gym with all the time and tell them, like, hey, I'm on hormones. What should I change? Or I might want to get on hormones.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what I might change? No one's. I think nowadays no one is going to judge you that heavily.
Well, and that's
No.
just it.
Well, and the other thing I would have to say to kind of back off of that as well is do your research. And I'm not talking
Yes.
about go to steroids.com.
No.
Literally go do case studies.
Go
because
to a doctor.
or that.
Yeah.
Go check out medical forums because most of these anabolics have been prescribed.
Yes.
Most of them come from doctors and prescription pharmaceutical companies. There's research that are done on these things.
Yes.
Like literally everything.
Yeah.
Anadrol, for instance, was meant for people with HIV or low iron deficiencies, low blood count. So, what happens when you take Anadrol? You get fucking super strong. But you know what the other side effect is? You get a lot of fucking blood in your system.
Well, yeah,
There's positives and negatives to everything of these. And if you're not staying on top of that with the fucking blood work, you're going to have problems.
Exactly.
And the thing I tell everybody is I don't recommend it.
No.
I don't recommend them to anybody at all. I don't recommend anything that is going to change your body to anybody. That is a personal decision that everybody needs to look themselves in the mirror and say, do I really want to fuck myself up for the rest of my life? Because that's what it does.
I mean,
Go talk, go learn, go get information, and then you make the decision.
Make an
Don't
educated
ask them to
decision.
make decisions.
Absolutely.
And on that topic, trend with new and experienced people,
God.
absolutely not. Because you talked about things being tested. Trend is tested on livestock. It's not tested on humans.
It is
in a-
made to
No.
build cattle bigger and thicker to sell for a more expensive rate. So was EQ.
Seriously, dude.
Yep.
And and that's a big thing, and that's also why I always talk about me personally with like getting well. I don't want to need something to be a person.
Yes.
Right. And in this game, like, it's a long-term game, and I'm sorry, but if you're one of those people that like you only feel like Superman, what if that was gone? Who are you now?
Yeah.
You're nothing without that. Or do you want to be a badass motherfucker that walks around all day long, all the time? And you can do that with different supplements and just progression and progression. So
I mean, look at Michael Hearn. Duck eggs, dude.
fucking duck eggs all day. Fruit and duck eggs, bro. So,
We've also talked a lot about the supplements that people are taking or, opinions, but there's also the necessary things you need to take when you're not taking those.
and that's
supplements.
just
Yeah.
Which I missed that when we were talking about
yeah.
when we
We
were
should
at
talk
TRT.
about that. Yes.
PCT is absolutely essential.
So huge.
Especially for all these kids that are messing around with,
Dude.
like we talked about with SARMs,
Yeah.
the
Oh my
untested crap.
God.
PCT is what's going to save you from ending up like a 28-year-old after years of abuse, because you learn more about, well, what are the hormones done to my body? How can I fix it? Well,
Yep.
you fix it with PCT.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're gonna mess around with the hormones, you should absolutely know what PCT is before you touch anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the other thing for sure is like make sure that whatever you're doing that you are staying regulated with everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because at any moment you could just be fucked up for the rest of your
I
life.
mean, absolutely. And that's what I mean. It sounds like a lot. Well, guess what? It is. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. Like,
Yes.
it is a lot to look over and you're like, oh, I already have so much going on every day. And blah, blah, blah. Well, you're just added to your fucking
It's not a light decision.
It's not a light decision. Take this shit serious if you make that choice. So, and.
At the end of the day, it is a medicine. That's what it is.
Yes.
It is nothing to fuck around with.
Oh.
No, you wouldn't just go pop, 20 ibuprofen, right?
Yeah, exactly, right?
You wouldn't, like, when you take a medicine, what do you guys do? Read the label.
No.
Boom.
You
Look
go,
at that.
oh,
What's
one
the recommended
tablespoon
dosage?
of cough syrup. Now, whether you want to take 4 tablespoons, half a cup,
Yeah.
that's up to you.
Yeah.
But what's told there, recommended, directions.
What's on that warning label?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
shit. There's
And
a
you're gonna
warning
try
label.
them.
Acetaminophen. Don't fucking take that.
That shit's so nasty.
Yeah, I mean, we can get into
Yeah,
pharmaceuticals
we can get
all
all
day.
So.
But yeah, that's definitely been a very trending question.
It really
and
is.
with us having Premier now as a sponsor, I thought that was a good question to kind of
Absolutely.
bring up.
That was a great question.
When it comes to the sport of strongman, I definitely would have to say to try and reach a professional level unless you are built like a professional strongman,
like a brick shithouse.
yep, you might need to take a little bit of something to get to that next level.
Absolutely, and you know, and a big thing I think too is like,
I wouldn't recommend it though.
no, I wouldn't. Yeah, like he was saying.
And I'm gonna phrase all of this into one thing. I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor. You're not a doctor. This is just anecdotal.
Yes.
This is what we
Knowledge
have.
and experience
Yes.
collectively.
This is from everybody, not just in here, but outside of here. Everybody that, from doctors' point of views, all of this kind of stuff that we have learned and built up education over.
Athletes we've trained with.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a lifestyle. Like a lifestyle that means that it's running 24/7. Like you're constantly thinking about these and changing these and everything else. And the biggest thing is that if you do take that route, I think the biggest thing is that it's not all year round. You know what I mean? Like if
Don't
you
fucking do it year round.
Like that's what I mean. Like it's like I say, if you got like a big comp coming up and there's a risk to reward, if you feel like the need for that reward is big enough to take that risk, then it's your personal choice.
Yeah.
Do it the right way.
But do it the right way.
Yep.
You take your PTC. I'm sorry.
PCT.
Thank you.
Which means post-cycle therapy, for those of you that don't know.
Yeah, things that make your body run optimal afterwards and get normal. And
Tries to regulate your hormones back to a functioning human.
Exactly. Or because you don't want to be one of these dudes that
Has no free testosterone left in their body.
28
No
years
total
old, you're going
testosterone.
fucking crazy, and all you do is bitch about the guy you used to be, and that you used to be able to do, and you're that guy that's at the end of the bar talking about stories that you used to be. You want to be that motherfucker? You go ahead and just dump all that shit in your body and see what happens.
Yeah, bench 405 once and then never be able to fucking
You put it on the gram,
barbell
and
bench
then you
again.
rewatch your gram video over and over, and guess what? That used to be a year ago. That used to be 2 years ago.
Nobody
That was
gives a
3
shit about
That
used
was
to be.
5 years ago. That's 6 years ago.
They care about what you can do today.
right now. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing right now?
Nobody gives a shit about high school. Nobody gives a shit about what you used to could.
Unless you hold a world record, which, yeah.
Okay, unless you hold a world record, and even then, though, eventually those get died the fuck out because a new world record gets set.
Well,
So-
I mean, look at Ray Williams. Look at guys like him or, damn it, I'm totally blanking on the world. Julius Maddox.
Yeah, Julius
Yes.
Maddox. Yeah.
He has set the world record for bench how many times?
How many
and
times?
he still is like, that ain't good enough. More.
Exactly.
Like, he still does not hold on to that world
No.
record as like,
It's in the past,
you
bro.
know, it's
like,
a chip on his shoulder that he
Absolutely.
hasn't benched 700 pounds.
yeah.
I mean,
800
technically.
pounds.
800.
800,
Thank
yeah.
you.
He benches 750.
Yeah, no,
eight.
But still, like you understand what he's getting at.
Either way, that's twice of more than what I can sell. He's also twice the man I am. So.
Yeah,
He's like
guys,
4
true.
times the man we are.
And kind of just to sum all of that up, number one, if you are feeling like shit or just anything, go get your blood work done.
Dude.
Hop on TRT if your test level's low.
Yep.
Watch how much that
Dude,
alone
I mean,
changes your
literally,
fucking
that's what
game.
we're talking about. The littlest things, the smallest things. Stop going for fucking max. Start little things. Look out for yourself. And
Because even if you are 40 years old, you still have more life
you have
to live.
so much life. I mean,
Don't
literally.
fuck up everything just for a couple years.
Exactly, a couple years, and then like
Your
yeah.
first step should not be elevating your hormones to
No.
those huge
No.
levels. That
Should
should not
be-
be your first step.
It should be checking
Yeah.
to see if you're okay.
Even if
Getting what's already readily available at a freaking GNC.
Yeah.
seriously, dude. And and you can't go off of what other people are. You can't look at the jack guy behind the counter and just, what do you take, bro? Write it down, and I'm gonna go take that one. Like it don't work that way.
I take steak, eggs every day, 5 times,
Seriously.
with carbs, with vegetables, with iron, with vitamins. That's what I
And that's what I mean. And this becomes a disciplined like routine. These are disciplined routines.
Yep.
Blood work, checking this, checking this.
Trade in the wake and bake for the wake and eat steak.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm gonna come up with one
Trademark.
rhyme every single fucking podcast.
I'm going right to the patent office right now.
Right to the
t-shirt.
Oh shit!
That's a great idea for a t-shirt. I like that.
I do. I like
Because
Wake and steak.
my next thing, which none of you guys know, I've got a screen press.
sick.
So I'm gonna set up
Nice
a little
little
something
t-shirts.
over there.
I
Yeah.
like that. Well, yeah, that's coming. That's
Yep.
coming. You guys just wait.
But that's later.
That's later.
We'll do one more question. We'll give our shit. We'll get on out of here.
All right. What's the next one?
This question is from Anonymous.
Ooh, I love it.
The question was, how close are all the Built for War teammates, and is there any fights that happen within the team?
All the time.
Every day.
You guys remember this one.
You guys, like,
So-
see, we look like a happy family right now.
Yeah.
As soon as that camera is off, oh, fucking, this
We're
table's
so
We're
flipped,
at each
and
other's
we're-
fucking
yeah.
throats.
So
I have to
I'm-
put my computer over here first.
Yeah.
Because this will
We
end up
don't
in
wanna
that
break
wall.
that.
So the 5 people that started this, the 2 that aren't here, are Joshua Ray,
Yep.
Sean Norton, who are
John
not
Norton.
here. And when, before Josh moved out of state, we had a comp that we were training for, same weight class, same weights, and I got real big with the asshole complex. And I got here. You guys remember it
I
was in Sean's
remember
garage.
that. I was standing
Yeah.
there
And it was-
watching it.
And I gotta point out that Josh is fucking strong. And I rarely beat him on lifts. And the one day I just
Oh,
started
never
smoking
forget
him,
that.
I pissed him off so bad I thought he was gonna hit me.
Okay, let me tell you the story. Because I was there. So, yeah, Josh, shouts out Josh Rigg. Yeah, he's a big boy and a strong motherfucker, too. And he is like anybody else, like super nice, and we're super respectful.
Great.
But we
Yeah.
don't deal with like showboating or like getting each other's face. And
We are all so level-headed for
Yeah,
the most part.
we really
that-
are. I mean, yeah, we may all be savage as fuck, but like we're super respectful of each other, and that's why we are a team. We're boys, we're brothers, and we want to see nothing but each other
Just
do-
better themselves.
just better themselves,
Yeah.
right? And the only time like we would get on each other like negatively is if someone was acting negative toward themselves and like being kind of like a little bitch, and it's like, yo, dude, you know, man the fuck up. Like, you
Shit
know-
fucking happens.
Yeah, shit
that rep
happens.
didn't go well.
Yeah.
Man the fuck up.
Yeah.
Let's do some more work.
And we're gonna tell you truth. We're not gonna
Yeah.
sugarcoat that shit for you. Like, yo, bro, that shit was half-ass. Like, what's up with that half rep? You know, shit like that. But no, yeah, and you know, it's all cool. But yeah, so we were at Pursuit actually, and yeah, that was,
Was it Pursuit?
yeah, it was a Pursuit, and it was Zach's decision. We talked about this on the previous podcast when we're up in our game. Zach was doing just normal heavyweights and everything else, and when he wanted to do the super heavyweights in the open class, that's where Josh hangs around, and. So Josh is like, oh, okay, like, you know, and that was the thing. Like, I ran at that time I was in the middleweight, or even almost the 90s. He was in the middleweights, he was the heavyweight, and then we had Josh in the super heavyweights, and then we had Sean in the masters.
Yeah.
So we were all spread field. So now, you know, as progression, Zach wanted to jump into the super heavyweights, and then so Josh like took it as like, all right, welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch. Like, this is what you want to play.
I think he used that exact
he
word.
did. He
Welcome
used
to
those
the Thunderdome.
Yeah, because I remember on our chat, Zach was like, I'm going to sign up for the super heavyweights. And then Josh immediately responds with like, welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch. And like, so we went to a train, and, you know, we all have off days and whatever. And we're sitting there, and it was like a 300-pound sandbag carry. And Josh was having a little struggle of a day. And like, he picked it up and was just having a hard time. Zach comes in, fucking manhandles that thing, and just boom, 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 boom. And like, Josh went, dropped it, and, you know, he's just sitting there like, and he's just like any of us, like hard on himself and is pissed if he messes up, right? Because he knows he can do better. And fucking Zach.
I was an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, and he manned up afterwards, but that Zach picked that thing up, walked it, came back, drops it, and just stares at Josh and walks right past him. Yeah, and I remember I was standing there just watching it, and I was like, hell yeah, Zach, and then I even was just like, oh my god, did you just do that? Did you just
God.
scare
Yeah.
Josh down?
Yeah.
And Josh, yeah, he immediately jumped on that motherfucker and like right up in each other's faces and stuff like that. But yeah, Zach apologized, and but outside of that, no, like
Well, and I do like to think of that. That was a good humbler.
it was.
Because we've been training for the same weight class for this one
Yeah.
for months now,
Yeah.
and I don't ever want to do that again.
Yeah.
Every time I'm training with you,
No.
you're a teammate.
Yeah,
it doesn't
well,
fucking
that's
matter.
just yeah.
And
it's a
everyone
team.
else who's gonna compete there, they put in the same fucking hard work.
Yeah,
So,
and that's
without
just,
a doubt.
and everybody has on and off days, right? And that was a straight up like on and off day because it really comes down to the fucking day.
Yeah.
But even in like yeah, as we're brothers and teammates and stuff. Outside of that one time, I don't ever remember there ever being.
There's always that amount of shit talking that goes
Yeah,
around.
just enough.
Like there for a while, like you and I on fucking log.
Dude, I was just getting ready to bring that
You
up.
and I on
Yeah.
fucking log breaking
Yeah.
into that
Oh
230
my
range.
god, I do remember that.
We were motherfucking each other
we
for
were
a long
hardcore.
time.
Yeah, because we were both trying to get a 230 log. And
Yeah.
like, and then that was again on a previous podcast we talked about. We did log like 4 days a week. Fucking every other train, max.
It was
max.
like log, deadlift, log. Like that's
Every
all
day.
it was. It was like
Dude.
3 events every single
Every
day,
day.
for months.
Oh my god.
But it was funny because you and I were like
Yeah.
neck and neck with
Right
log.
there.
You and I were neck and neck with deadlift
Yep.
for a while.
Yep.
And like his deadlift shot up a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah, it's because you've got 30 pounds on me, you fucking pussy. Like, but there's never been anything like super sour. Like it is mostly play. Like there is a little bit where it's like, I'm gonna fucking just throw this little chip on your shoulder real quick.
And sometimes it does help, right? Like because at 2:30 long you do that shit.
Because we do that shit in basically pushing each other.
Exactly.
Right? It's not in a toxic relationship. It's in a I know you're fucking better.
Because these competitions at the end of the day, you're still up there by yourself. Yeah, this isn't a boxing match. No. This isn't you fighting someone else. You're still up there by yourself. Yeah, you're gonna be put on a list of first to last place. But you fucking
at the same time, if you don't if you don't show up and do what you've been training for, it's on you. It's not on anybody else.
And that's what I mean. I can cheer for you as much as I can hope that you do the best that you do, but at the end of the day, it's you putting in the fucking work. Yeah. And we just want to see you do better.
That I got to sit with Mike in the gym and I got to say, Mike, you got to fix this and you got to fix this. That way you can go out there and not be fucking hard on yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's always in good. Like, we'll sprinkle it on here and there when we need a little ass kicking and stuff to like irritate each other a little bit. Yeah. Just to get the lift. But then
we're definitely that family that likes to talk shit, but as soon as somebody talks shit to us, we will all be there to fuck you up.
Hey! Oh, dude. Yeah, you're fucked. Like, you pick on one of us, like, you have a whole fucking...
Should I remind you? Were you there when that happened? He wasn't there. He was in Broken Vegas.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no, I wasn't there. Or else shit, what about that?
So me and Mike... Mike and Josh and all our ladies were playing skee ball at the arcade.
Skee ball, dude.
It was the New York. Yep, it was the New York. This really drunk guy just walks up to me.
Oh my god!
And he liked my shirt, I guess, because he was drunk. He's like, "Yeah, that's a cool shirt," and just touches my face, like he's molesting my face.
Yeah, we're talking like a fat, slobby, drunk fucking.
And I snapped. I said, "Get the fuck away from me right now!" And this little. He walks off to his group of friends like, oh my gosh, this guy was mean to me. So we all try to walk over to their game, and next thing you know, there's a mob of 15 people in front of us. All their wives start yelling and shouting. Goddamn. Mike, like the fucking pro comes in. Oh my god. He lost his shit. That was great.
We talked about that. Like, I'm a super calm person in those kind of moments. And like, when I get super pissed off, I kind of just go quiet and everything just kind of gets slow. And I just remembered, like, we were sitting there and he walks up to me. He's like, "That motherfucker just touched my face," and I was just like, "I don't even trip on it." Like, I looked over, I see this fat, slobby motherfucker, and I'm like, that's not even wasting.
No, front.
Like,
but as soon as he stepped up,
and then all of a sudden, like him and like 15 boys. I look over, I'm sitting there shooting skee ball, Carly, like trying to have some fun. I look over, and Josh and right there, and they're all in each other's face and everything. And then 2 seconds later, I walk up. I was trying to be cool.
Skee ball in hand, right?
I was.
And he put the cape on, and he came.
Dude, and I can't. Like, they're sitting there, and as soon as their faces got about 2 inches from me, I got in the middle of the entire crowd and just started fucking ripping. And if it was not for your wife, I would have killed somebody that night. I mean, literally, I was so mad at Dawn at the time, like, because I was like,
looking back, probably not the bad idea.
No, I even thanked her after I calmed down. Like, I literally, to this day, like, shouts out like Dawn Lopez, like, you saved me from like murdering many people. Because when I get to those points, it's just like, that is why they are the way they are, because they haven't been put in a fucking place. There's not enough people have consequences nowadays. It's always just like, and then they push each other away and blah blah blah. And I grew up in a place like, you want to take this shit outside? Like, let's go outside. I don't give a fuck if there's a camera right there or not. So it was just one of those things. As soon as I saw Zach and Josh getting fucking, like, talking shit, like, I was in the middle of it in 2 seconds, so.
Mike is a great person to have in your corner.
Oh, yeah.
God. I hate getting like that. I hate getting like that, dude. Like, I see pure red.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what? It's nice to know that I'm not gonna have some pussy standing there when I get the shit kicked out of me in the man of a fucking scene.
For sure. Even if we all get our asses kicked, it's not gonna be like somebody was standing in the corner.
Just like, I went to go get help. No, fuck.
We're all on it. Yeah, it's all right. We got some free drinks out of it because they looked at the cameras. They're like, you guys didn't start this shit.
And we were super cool. And we stayed pretty calm. And that's what I mean. You guys think of us as strong men, is that we're just a bunch of hotheads and stuff like that. No, we're not. They're actually really calm and cool. And like, but like, we draw our lines, and like, eventually, like, you step that line, you're fucked. And luckily Dawn was there, and fuck. So, holy shit.
What a podcast.
What a podcast.
This
Good
is a
shit.
good one.
This is a good one. This is a raw. So,
Raw.
yeah, just real shit. This is what we're always here to bring to you guys. So,
Unfiltered.
that's right.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday. This is a normal Tuesday night conversation with us.
It really is,
I mean,
too.
it
That's the
really
funny
is.
part.
So yeah, we're leaving Thursday morning.
Yep.
Thursday morning and
Good
breakdown
luck
show.
to you guys. I would
Appreciate
say,
it.
I don't really like the term good luck.
No.
Because it's not going to be luck. It's
Don't say break a leg, because that's not.
I'm not gonna say shit about breaking anything other than fucking records.
Ooh, I like that. I fucking like that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. Good luck
So,
to you
yeah,
guys.
appreciate
You guys
it, bro.
fucking trained your asses
Yeah.
off.
Kim
for this.
Scott's coming out too.
Yeah. Kim's got to be there. So,
Well,
yeah.
Iron Titan gang.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, when we see you guys on the next podcast, you guys will hear the story of the Breakdown Showdown. Yeah, you guys can check it out on ADL Live. If you guys are around, check that out. ADL Live, Breakdown Showdown. And you can watch me and Zach and Josh fuck shit up in Iowa. So, yep.
All right,
So,
let's do the deed.
all right.
They want to check you out. Where can they check you out, Zachary?
They can check me out at Big Zach the Strong Man on Instagram.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. Might be in the works, but I gotta get a pedicure first. Just feet.
Just feet.
Just feet.
Only feet.
Only.
Only toes.
You don't want to see what's under this. It's kind of gross. A lot of stars.
Oh man. Michael.
Yeah, you guys can check me out on the gram. Really, that's only where I am right now. Facebook at michael.lee.music.
.com. I always gotta say that after.
Straight
Dot
up.
org, dot net.
.net.
/ yeah. So.
Oh man. If you guys want to check me out on the gram, I'm at @trot_trot.
That's right.
If you guys want to check out the team, the
Yep.
crew, all the fun stuff,
That's right.
want to stay up to date on the podcasts, go to bill_4_war.strong.
That's right. We're always upgrading. We're always doing more and more. And yeah, like we always say, share, comment, like, and yeah, we always want to hear you guys' feedback. So we're more than happy to share our experiences with you guys and our knowledge. So
Yeah.
to help you out as much as we can. So
We're not the smartest people in the world,
No,
but we
but-
definitely know a few things.
we do, and this is a lifestyle for us, and like we want to help you guys to be better. So yeah, you guys check us out there, and
And if you guys want to go online, as of course I am still updating and getting more involved with the website.
Yep.
It's www.builtforwarstrength.com. If you guys want to check out all of this stuff, just go down to the biography. There you will find all of our links to our Instagram, the link to the product of the day, which is not up right now. It is up right now. Okay.
boom.
There you can find out where to purchase the product of the day and
That's
go
right.
check out all of their other stuff.
Seriously, guys, check them out. And shout out to our sponsors. Check out their gear: Cerberus, Strength USA, Premier, TRT, and Med Spa.
Yep.
Zachary Lopez, Michael Musick, Trotter. We love you guys.
Love you guys. Good luck again, guys. You guys
Appreciate
worked
it,
your
man.
ass off.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in, even though
Yeah,
I
of
know you
course.
guys are taking off here in a couple of days.
Yep, of
Um,
course.
Yeah, obviously you guys are going to be listening to this after the
Yeah.
competition.
So you guys, so you'll have to get the follow up the next week.
Yep.
So,
So
stay tuned.
if you guys don't know, we just had an episode with Nick Strauss on.
Yep.
Make sure you guys go watch that.
Yeah.
Hit the like. Other than that, I think that's going to do it.
All right, man.
Final thought of the day.
Boom. Hit it.
Take care of your body.
I love that.
It'll take care of you.
Ooh, I like
We're
that.
going to end it off on that. Take care of your body.
Take care of your buddies.
All right, we'll see you guys.
All right, love you guys.
Bam!
Make sure that camera didn't cut